they wanted all Palestine to be one state for the Jewish. But our side and the Palestinian side, they're fighting and they have a struggle to have one state for everybody.
Hmm.
Democratic state, one vote, one man, so everybody can live in freedom, in justice, equality in this
So
state.
what if there's two states? Because nobody really talking about one state in negotiations. In negotiations, they're talking about two states.
Yes, but there is no two states, no chance for two states now.
I see you don't want two states, but I'm asking you a different question. That if that this is Israel and this is Palestine, why can't they call themselves Jewish Israel?
If they are two states, it's okay. But it's if the two states have to be in the border of 1967,
Hmm.
not in this. All these is settlements. They built it after Oslo Agreement.
Hmm.
So how do you where the settlers have to go in this
Well, they
border?
wouldn't. They would give you more land from somewhere else. That's the idea.
Okay, but the Palestinian have 12% from Palestine now after the negotiations. 500,000 settlers living in West Bank.
Hmm.
It's not easy to have two states now in this world.
It's no different than it was 20 years ago. Well,
No, it's
15 years ago when they started building up around Jerusalem.
no, it's the settlers. We have double settlers living in West Bank from 1993 until now.
Yeah,
We
like
have
from
two.
1993 to 1998, there was around Jerusalem, true. But
Yeah, but
that was most of them. But the
yeah,
other settlements are about the same. Other than this is new, but other than that, there's not many new settlements.
no, there are 350,000 settlers
But mostly around
after
Jerusalem.
after Oslo Agreement in West
Yeah,
Bank.
yeah. But also that's mostly in Jerusalem. I'm saying
It's
my point is that Palestine could get other borders. I mean, you could have 67, and you could give instead of here, you get over there at Gaza, you get a whole big chunk. I mean, that's what they're talking about.
why?
Why?
It
Why
will
not?
be a bigger problem
Why?
for the Jewish and for the Palestinian in
Why?
this area, because I lost my land here in this village.
Hmm.
My land it's under the settlement.
Hmm.
You're going to give me land in where is Nasret, for example?
Well, I would assume you would get compensation if, but I don't know if that's true.
So this is not true. This is not right to have
Okay,
two
so
states.
let
In this point, if you talk about two states, it's I think it's been killed in this time. Uh, why we didn't talk about one state?
because no Israeli would agree to it. That's the reason.
But the
So you have
Israelis
half the people don't want it.
and also the Israelis didn't agree of two states.
No, they do.
No,
60 to 70% off and on agree to two states, for sure. How many people there are Israelis
they-
who agree with one state? Very rare.
If they agree with two states, why they didn't follow the agreement in 1930,
93.
1993
Because
of
they,
Oslo Agreement? Why they continue to
because they
build
wanted to get more.
settlement? Why they continue to build settlements? Why they continue to build the walls? Why they put killing more people, Palestinian people? Why? So
Well,
many.
it-
So they continue. It's mean if they continue to build settlements on my land,
Mhm.
it's mean that they didn't want peace. They didn't want two states. They didn't want us to live here. So this is what's
yeah,
it's mean.
it's not exactly true, but it doesn't matter. The question is, what do you do now? So, you think that? Do you think you could convince Israelis about a one-state solution? And why would they agree?
I am not. We are not against the Jewish. Here in Palestine. Ask everybody in Palestine, we are not against the Jewish. We are against the occupation. We want our freedom like everybody in the world. This is our right, yes, to have it. So it's two states, one state, but for two states, it's difficult now, for my point.
Okay.
Two states, it's difficult. One state, it will be more easy if they want peace.
Okay. So my question is, even if there is one state, how are you going to get your land back?
If it's one state, if it's one state, I can take my kids to go to see the sea without border.
No. I'm talking about your land that's over here.
It's-
I mean,
Okay, if it's one state, it will be for everybody. I can live there, and they can live here. Everybody can live everywhere he want. So it's not.
how much does an apartment cost in Modin Elite?
I'm not sure, but it's very cheap. here.
Mhm.
They give it to the settlers here to move in this area, especially Mudain Elite and Mutiaw Mizrah, all
Uh-huh.
this area. It's very cheap here because they move in this side.
Okay. And how much is a piece of like your house here? How much is it worth?
It's you didn't have land to buy because it's very expensive because you didn't have land to sell.
Uh-huh.
Now there is no more land to build new houses, for
Okay.
example in the village, because you know of area A and B and C and where you have a permission to build your house.
Mhm.
So it's difficult. This area, for example, it's area C, so you cannot build houses here by the Israelis law. Inside of the village also, some areas you cannot build houses.
Oh, parts of Bil'in are Area A?
No, it's area A, it's the cities. Area B is the where is the people living in the villages,
Mhm.
and area C the land of the
So is Bil'in is in B or C?
B.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Can do it. If you go here to Bil'in, as you see, we have international, we have Jewish, Christian, Muslims together, friends. They coming to our houses, Israelis activists.
So how would you convince the average Israeli to make a one-state solution?
How?
Yeah.
How to?
I'm Israeli, let's say. I live in Tel Aviv and Hod HaSharon. Convince me, why should I have a one-state solution with you?
Because we are two humans, human.
Mhm.
We didn't have to hate each other. We have to love. If we love, we can have the peace. For me, I never think in my head to kill anybody. If he's beat me or he's shot me, I've been shot many times.
Mhm.
But in my head, it doesn't come to kill or to beat anybody. As a soldiers also, we talk with them many times as nice words and this.
Mhm.
So, you know, you didn't. If you have love, you can live in peace. If you have hope, you can do it. And I think, friends, it's a big word. We have to know what's the meaning of the friend. If you are my friend, as it's my brother.
Mhm.
So we have to think about this.
So I guess
I am,
so
look,
why wasn't, I mean, if Jews and Arabs were living together before 1948 and they lived together in Israel,
everywhere. In
so why do
Naples,
we keep having wars?
because of the occupation. Because of the occupation. We have Jewish, Christian, Muslims living in all Palestine before 1948. Everywhere, not just in Haifa or it was in Nablus, in Hebron, in Ramallah, everywhere. We
Mhm.
have Jewish, and we have Jewish until now in Nablus, for example, and they're living with the Palestinian
Mhm.
without problems.
Yeah, but there were problems then. That's what Israelis say. In Hebron, 1929, 67 Jews were killed by Palestinians. Um, how do you, if we're all living together and there's
Look,
equal rights,
look,
is that enough?
look. If you want to look to the small problems, you will never have the ending the problem.
Mhm.
Everywhere in the world, everywhere you have bigger problems. Last year I was in United States, for example.
Mhm.
They have a lot of people who's being killed every day in the streets. They have a lot of criminals.
Crime, yeah.
Yeah, and I was there when the one who shot 21 children in the garden in the school
Oh, yeah.
last year, if you remember, in
Yeah, yeah.
November. And also, I just come back from United States 2 weeks ago. I been speaking to there in university and this. There is a lot of problem between the white and the black people. Not just a problem talking,
Mhm.
problem killing people.
Mhm.
So everywhere you have, inside of Israel,
Mhm.
how many people in jail because of the crime? So it's everywhere you have problems. Everywhere you have bad people. Everywhere you have.
Mhm.
So we can end the problem if we look to the good things, not to the bad things. You understand?
Mhm.
So by this way we can do it. If I accept you as a friend and you accept me as a friend, we can live together
Mm.
without a problem. Because I didn't ask you if you are a Jewish or Muslim or Christian. You know? And it's the same. We are human. We can live together. I am not against the Jewish in general. I just want to live like you, like everybody, without checkpoints, without borders, without attack to my village at night time, without killing my people, without taking my land. So it's really these problems have to end, not just to look for some side and to other side we just lived in.